Okay, here we go. Pack of the Man. Here we go. Cursor right off the screen. Thank you. Let's rock and or roll. Arguably with Pac-Man, it would probably be a little bit of both, right? Hopefully my keyboard's not too loud. It is like it's a hybrid, basically. It's not mechanical keyboard. It's like in between. It does light up, which is kind of cool. Also useless, but I really dig the font they used for the keyboard, so I'm keeping it around because it looks great, and it makes me happy every time I look at it. Which, you know, I mean, that's a lot to ask for a keyboard, really. Are you happy with your keyboard every time you look at it? It's not something someone usually asks, but today that answer is yes. And it just feels a little weird. This isn't gonna... Okay, no, that was actually fine. Grab that beam. Thank you very much. I do have to interrupt myself there, but there you go. 144. It's alright. We'll get to 256. When I was playing this by myself, I got to 50,000 again, and I kind of hated it, so I'm never going to play this not on camera ever again, just because I would like to be able to get to some semblance of that 50,000 score. Oh, just eat through there. Oh, no. Oh, don't. Damn it. Well, not going to happen this time. That's for damn sure. I didn't even see him up there. Think if they're up beyond your line of sight, they shouldn't aggro to you, man. Dude. My main man. So, I want to give a small update on games that I'm playing today. Or games I'm playing in general. So, as you may or may not know, I've been playing a little bit of the game Dex on the channel. And as it turns out, even though the sound is perfectly fine when I'm streaming, for some reason it's not recording properly. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with that. But the sound is completely different than what the stream hears. What the stream hears sounds great. What the video hears is totally not. I have no idea how to fix it. Well, that's not entirely true. I have some maybe possible ideas how to fix it, but it's all like extremely fiddly and I don't want to do it. So we are not going to be playing Dex on the stream for probably another couple of months until I actually basically get my shit in gear. Until that time, I'm looking for another game, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do, just to make things a little bit simpler for myself, probably, is that I'm going to make Space Grunts the game, which means that it is no longer going to be once a week. I mean, it's going to be somewhere between 3 and 4 times a week. But on the upside, that means that I get to play more roguelikes, which I'm always a big fan of. So in the end, it turns out to be a win-win. Not as much diversity in the channel as I would usually like, and also means it's going to be a lot easier to catch up on my queue, which is both a good and bad thing. Good because, well, it's always good to be caught up on my queue, and we do have the holidays coming up, so that'd actually be a really good idea. But bad because, you know, I really like diversity in the channel. But also good, you know, to balance it out, or not to completely put it in imbalance, I should say, is that means I'm probably going to be able to, I should go over this way, probably going to be able to do a lot more sneak peeks and lighted candle episodes, which seem to get the most views anyways, or at least on YouTube. So that's good, at least, you know. Get some more diversity the old-fashioned way. Used to be I only did like 2 games at once on a channel, and right now I'm looking at that, I'm wondering how the hell I managed to do that without going insane. Used to play Batman for like 5 days straight. I used to do that. And right now that seems insane to me, but only because I'm used to what I'm currently doing. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that didn't work. That's not going to work either. Here, go this way. There you go. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. The less I think about it, the better we go. Usually how that works. Usually means my brain's too much in the way, you know, trying to outthink the game. That's totally not how this game works. This is a game about pure instinct. There's a little bit of strategy, yeah, but mostly it's about that instinct. Oh, sure, go that way, you big orange galoot. There you go. I should have grabbed a power up there, or a bonus, rather. That would have been really, like, an amazing amount of points there. Kill Mr. Red, and we're all good to go. Oh, that ruins my 256. Damn it, 54, too. Here, we'll go over here. Strategy, he says. Speaking of which, I guess the strategy game we're playing right now is Anno 2070. And right now, it's not looking good. It's actually looking pretty bad. It looks like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, which is true. But I always hate to give that impression because, you know, it's a little bit too close to the truth, you know? So we're going to give it another shot. What we're going to do is play endless mode, and I'll say this when we actually get into Anno on Sunday. We're going to play in endless mode, no campaign missions. Going pure endless, and see basically how that works out. If it doesn't, if it turns out that, you know, it's a horrible idea, and the game is just not good compared to modern city builders, then we hang it up. These things happen. Got to accept defeat at some point. I just don't exactly know when that point is. But I figure we give it probably another 4 episodes at least to figure it out. If it doesn't work, we move on. There's plenty of other town management games out in the world, and I want to play basically all of them, so the only way to make that even remotely possible is to know when to hang it up. Know when to fold them, I guess would be the more appropriate term. But hey, I'm really enjoying Skyrim, really enjoying Xenoblade Chronicles, so those aren't going anywhere anytime soon. The audio balance is still not entirely right on both of those, and I think I might know how to fix Xenoblade Chronicles to be a little bit better, but Skyrim still daunts me a little bit. It's not horrible, it still works. It's just the NPCs are a little loud, which is odd, because when I first set up the game was like super duper quiet, like amazingly quiet. And then somehow, about, I think 50 episodes in, suddenly all the NPCs, all the in-game sounds just became really loud, and I don't know what the hell happened. Somewhere in there, something switched. I just don't know what the hell it was. I'm guessing there was a Windows update, but, I mean, we can only blame Windows for so much, you know? At some point, we just have to take responsibility for our own actions. Speaking of which, I saw that Lynn's actually had some problems with a Mac update, so I'm glad I'm not alone. It's not based on OS, it's just all those OSs are basically horrible, which I think we knew, basically. But, you know, it's always good to get confirmation. But it completely broke basically everything about her stream for an entire day. She was back on Tuesday, that's good. It hit her Monday. Damn it! I thought I could grab the power-up and then leave. That was not how that worked out. I didn't hit it fast enough. Do we care about the free gift? I don't know if we do. Probably not. No, that's right. It's just more coins, which we don't use at all for anything. It's for unlockables, but we unlocked everything already. Actually, did we? Did we? Has it been actually? I mean, I guess it's possible. Everything is an 8. Yeah, everything's leveled up as far as it can go. Okay, well, yeah, I can't do anything about this then. Alright. There we go. Let's go. There are a few games I really want to play. Most of them are roguelikes. There's a lot of roguelikes coming out in 2019, or came out in 2019, one of the two, or both. Which is good. I like the genre. They're not all necessarily going to be done well, but nevertheless, it's always good to give another company a chance to see how they use procedural death mazes, as I believe Total Biscuit used to call them. Miss that dude, man. He was awesome. I have his channel still subscribed on YouTube because I can't quite bring myself to unsubscribe. You know, I mean, I know he's not going to come up with anything else. That'd be impossible. Also, fucking impressive if he managed, but no. But I just can't bring myself to do it. It's going to remain there until, I don't know, a great subscriber purge of... Whoops. YouTube does subscriber purge. Well, they used to do subscriber purges like every year. I don't know how long it's been since the last one. But if they make it so that you're no longer subscribed to your channel if you don't watch at least one video within X amount of time, nobody entirely knows what that X amount of time is. Only YouTube does. But you could just suddenly find yourself not subscribed to just random people that you have subscribed. So that'll happen. It'll just fall off one day and I won't even notice. Which is kind of like, you know, a whole metaphor for, like, life and death in general, I suppose. If you want to be, like, really depressive about it. Let's get off of this topic. How about them Broncos? Is it football season? I have no idea. I don't follow sports. Speaking of sports, though, I should try to get back into Blood Bowl. I like Blood Bowl a lot. It's just, I kind of got burned out towards the middle of this year. I just haven't been back to it, but I should totally go back to it. It was a fun time. And that might be a good weekly series to go back to. We'll see. We'll see. I think what I'd like to do is get back into league play. I think playing randoms... I don't know if playing randoms is actually helping me get better. The whole idea of playing through all the teams was to get me better at playing the game, but I really don't think that happened. I'm looking at, like, gameplay from the beginning of the year to the middle, and I don't see any difference. Now, it could be I'm just blind to my own improvements. It's definitely possible. Certainly does happen occasionally, you know? But usually it's immediately obvious when you look back at your old stuff. It's like, oh, yeah, well, obviously I've vastly improved in X, Y, and Z. And A, B, and C could also be a little bit better, but also a little bit improved. No, I don't see any improvement whatsoever. There's no sign that I've actually advanced as a person. Or as an animal, for that matter. As an ogre, as an orc, as a hobbit, as an elf. Actually, a halfling, sorry, not hobbits. Hobbits are property of the Tolkien estate, I think. Halflings were the generic term, I think. Dude, it's been too long. There was a big kerfuffle when D&D first hit back in the 70s. And the Tolkien estate was telling Wizards of the Coast, basically, no, you can't do that. Hobbit is our word. You're not allowed to use it. I'm like, okay, well, halfling then. Okay, he's going that way. So I'll go this way. So there. 3 can play at that game, buddy. I've forgotten a little bit of where we were when we were playing Divinity. Let's see. Oh, that's right. We just defeated the Archpriest guy, and then we all decided to hang it up. Because that took fucking ever. That fight took 2.5 hours. Hey, Smidgees.
Hey.
Haven't heard from you in ages. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been playing Dragon Quest.
Which one? 1, 2, 8, 9? Which one?
11.
Builders? 11. Okay. The newest one.
Yeah, this is my first Dragon Quest.
Oh, cool. What do you think about it so far?
I like it. The fighting's a little bit, so far. The fighting's a bit vanilla. That might change. I'm pretty far into the game, or pretty well into it. But I don't know. I was like, I've never played a Dragon Quest. I know they're like very. I know the series has been around a long time. I was expecting some kind of combat mechanic, like Super Mario RPG has timed hits and timed blocks. If you push the button at the right time, you can block or like prevent some damage or hit harder or what have you, or like Pokemon with weakness, type weaknesses, or just. But there's not really anything like that. It's just basically just hit them.
I thought there were type weaknesses. Aren't there?
Well, maybe I haven't discovered that yet. I don't know. I tried, like, I fought a zombie monster, and I was like, oh, maybe they're weak to fire. It did not do any more damage than just like a sword hit.
Huh.
So there could be something I'm missing. I am starting to open up attacks that like definitely do damage to certain types. Like I just leveled up the hero to have an attack that does more damage to dragon type enemies. So that's opening up. But yeah, at first it was just like, yep, just hit him. Just hit him.
Oh, that's
or
right.
cast a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah, I'm thinking typing is another game entirely. So yeah, I think that's right. I think you open up attacks as you progress, but I think they're not exactly story locked, but they're like locked depending on like
there's
quests
like
for the characters, something like that.
Well, there's like a character builder, so every time you level up, you get points, and you can use the points to unlock tiles in the character builder, which correspond to moves or spells or stat increases.
Yeah, the character builder looks frankly intimidating. I mean, it's not quite Path of Exile levels, but when I first saw that, it looked complicated as all hell.
It's not too bad. I could be doing. I know a friend of mine recently told me one of the characters. He's like, this move for this character is like super OP, and I'm like, I don't know where that move is. I don't have it yet. I'm just kind of, having never had play these games before. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. Like I just like, clearly this young lady does offensive spells. This one's the healer. I just kind of build out the stat trees they're clearly already geared towards. So I'm just like,
That's fair, and a lot of that's probably more open to experimentation on like a second playthrough.
Yeah, and I think you can respec too if you want. I don't remember how, but I'm pretty sure you can.
Die.
There is one character they introduce that because there's the two sisters who are the offensive magic and the healing magic. And then they introduce a guy who's basically good at both, and it's just like, well, then why would I use these two girls again? If I get two, I basically get both of them in this guy.
Well, isn't it the whole Jack of Trades and Master of None one? Because they should be able to get higher level, better spells in those trees than he would be able to, I think.
Well, right now, he's definitely not quite as good at those things as either of them, but he's good enough that it's like, I think it's worth the trade-off. Like his magical number is not that, or like magical healing versus magical offense, they're not that much lower than the other two. Like, yeah, clearly the girl who's built for magical offense, like, yeah, her number's better. But yeah, it's not so bad that it's like, yeah, we'll just, I'll take him.
Well, and it opens up another character slot, right? So then you get to have more versatility anyway.
Yeah.
So what level are you in there?
I'm 32, 33.
Okay, so pretty early then.
I don't know how high you can get. Like, I think I'm roughly halfway through the game. I know there's endgame content, too. I think I'm roughly halfway through the main game.
Well, assuming you're going through all the side quests and doing all that wonderful XP action.
Yeah, although I'm playing on the Switch, and I know there's supposedly that stuff they added for the Switch.
Are you playing Definitive Edition?
Yeah, I'm playing Definitive Edition.
Okay.
And they added I haven't played in the 16-bit mode at all because I don't have the nostalgia for the series, so that really doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, so the 16-bit version, from what I've read, looks like it does a lot more with the turn-based fighting. So it's more of a measured way to do the battles. And it also has a different different aesthetic, I think.
Hang on, my dad's calling me just a second.
Last few deaths are not my fault, chat. Just so you know, I was distracted trying to think. I work at the same time. Obviously, it never works. The 256 hits we have been getting is pretty sweet. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get as many updates here or upgrades here as I want. There we go. There's one over there. Grab. Oh shit. Nope. Don't grab that one. Never mind. Let's follow this guy. We should be fine.
Sorry. What was I saying?
The 16-bit
we were
had
talking
known
about
without nostalgia for you at all.
Yeah, there are like a bunch of missions in the basically can go back to like there's a whole area that's 16-bit, and you can go there and do a bunch of missions which from context I believe are areas of past games that you are like revisiting.
Which would be great for you if you knew what the hell they were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I've done some of these missions. Like, I can figure out the missions, and it's kind of interesting because they require you to go to. You're basically like time traveling. I'm using quotation fingers. Time traveling, and you go to different areas. You can get like items from certain places in time that you take back to the other areas. They're all Yeah, if I had the nostalgia for it, I'd be like, this is so cool, but I've never played any of them, so I'm like, this is kind of boring. I think I've also been unfortunate to play those sections when I'm tired, and there was this one level in particular that just was really long. I was having to go through this mine, and I just kept I was trying to get deeper in the mine to get to the end. I just kept having to fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. And because they're the older style, you don't even watch the action. It's just like a still image on a thing, and you pick a move, and it's like they flash a little because you hit them.
Right.
So I was just like, oh my god, this is going to be over. I'm so sleepy. But I'm enjoying the game overall. What about you? What have you been playing lately?
I've been playing... So, let's see. I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 right now. Which is also on the Switch. And
I think my friend's playing that right now as well.
It's actually really cool. I mean, it's a weird kind of amalgamation between, like, single-player RPG and MMO. There's, like, respawning bad guys, and once you get into the open world section, there's actually, like, level 81 guys just walking around that will just one-shot you for no reason. It's a very weirdly balanced game, but I also kind of dig it. But the battles are basically you just sit and wait for a power to get ready, and then you click it. It's a very MMO style that way, very old school, like playing World of Warcraft almost. But the story is cool, and it's very anime when it wants to be, and yeah, I'm having fun with it. It's just the battle system it's a weird culmination of a lot of strange decisions. Oh, dead. And I'm playing Skyrim over again, but that's, it's Skyrim.
Classic Skyrim. I can't wait for Elder Scrolls 6 in 8 years.
Yeah, basically, right.
Or however long it's going to take. I'm kind of interested in that game. It's coming out in a couple weeks. Outer Worlds, because it's the one by Obsidian.
Yeah, that looks cool. Though, if you want to play something right now, you can play Greedfall, which looks like it's gotten some good reviews. Basically supposed to be lower budget BioWare, which I'm kind of okay with.
By the time I finish with Dragon Quest, it'll probably be. I probably won't get finished until after Outer Worlds comes out. I was interested in Greedfall, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. The reviews were kind of like, it's okay.
Yeah, I guess it depends what your threshold is for your games. If you want something that's excellent, then Greedfall probably isn't for you, but if you're okay with middle of the road, then it might be a decent experience. And I mean, there are some people who absolutely love the game, and some people who just think it's okay, and nobody I've seen has hated it. So I think that's already a good sign.
Yeah.
And it's actually making me really curious about Technomancer, because it's out by the same company.
Not that this is a game breaker or deal breaker by any means, but I was watching a Let's Player I enjoy play some of Greedfall, and I know it's like not a AAA game, but a lot of my experiences tend to be AAA experiences.
Right.
So I'm judging against that, which I know is not probably entirely fair, but just looking at the city he was in, I was like, where are all the people? There's no people. It's dead city.
Well, no people and a bunch of reused assets. Like, they go through the same building 7 times.
Oh my god, is that Peace? Has Peace actually been able to join?
Yes, I was able to join because you actually set up the event beforehand, like a normal person. If I have to set up the event, then everything goes haywire.
What the hell? I'm trying to play the game. What's happening here? Oh my
also,
god.
the guy I was watching play, I think it's just a technical glitch, and by no means would turn me away from the game, but I thought it was funny. He was recording, and this NPC, a random NPC, that was in the background was just like stuck and just kept glitching around during the cutscenes. This was funny.
Hell, it wants me to go to like sound and screen and adjust for ADR properties. I've never had to do this before.
Oh, that's
HDR,
part of the...
I think that's part of the update.
Yeah, that's the update.
I had to do
have
that.
to turn it off.
Yes, you do.
That's stupid.
It's basically because of capturing. So if you stop capturing your PS4, you can just ignore that. But if you're capturing it at all, like even though you're not streaming, why are you capturing your PS4?
I'm not doing anything.
It's just an HDMI cable straight to your TV.
It's to my receiver, and everything's in my receiver. Yeah.
Okay, the receiver counts as capturing.
Oh, okay. That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's total bullshit, but it still counts. So because they can't tell what's intercepting the signal, they just know something is.
So it doesn't want me, but so let's say I want to stream on my PlayStation, can I do that?
You do, but you have to shut off HDR.
Oh, okay. So what I just did, just keep it that way.
Yeah.
I know that I've shut that off before on something, and it wouldn't let me play like Hulu and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they don't want you streaming shows to your channel.
Well, that's annoying when I want to watch shows before I stream.
Well, you have an
I
Apple
switch
TV.
everything.
Why are you using Hulu through your PS4?
Before I got the... Wait, I don't remember why. I think it was before I got the 4K Apple TV. I was using my PlayStation to watch 4K video. I don't remember. I was doing that previous.
It sounds to me like you're just trying to pirate things. And
Yeah,
PlayStation
of course.
is rightfully stopping you.
Yeah, that's me. Just trying to cut corners anywhere I can.
Just break out the peg leg and the eye patch.
Yeah, I mean, I can dress Max up like a parrot, maybe. He does have that grumpy parrot face right now. I just gave him food, and he has, like, the grumpiest face. Echo, turn off air filter.
Have you cleaned your filter since the fires?
No, I haven't. That's a good point.
Definitely should.
Yeah, I usually just shake it out. I am a fucking pirate. I don't even, like, replace it unless I absolutely have to. I just take it outside, have an air blower, I just, like, you know, those cans that you clean your keyboards off with. Just kinda
Wow, that
clean
must
it
take a
off.
lot of air to do.
Yeah, well, I shake it off first, like, I clean it off as best I
Even
can,
so,
and
that's
then
got to take a shit ton of air.
it's not too bad. I don't do the best job, I don't make it brand new. Just enough that I feel comfortable with reading in my apartment. So my downstairs neighbor, I used to have a Indian woman, and her cooking was so strong. The Indian food, the spices would like make my eyes hurt. Sometimes
Oh yeah,
when I'd get
curry
home.
powder. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the smell would get stuck in the cabinets. Where like I'd open my cabinet and I'd be like, "Holy shit!" Like it would just come out of the cabinet.
Yeah, I used to have that.
So yeah, and she left, and I was like, kind of okay that she left. She was a great downstairs neighbor, but I was like, okay, yay, finally, no curry smell. And this guy downstairs from me smokes so much weed, it like gets stuck in my cabinet, and it doesn't even smell like good weed. Like I wouldn't mind if it smelled like good weed, but it just smells like cheap, shitty weed. This is so bad. So I like to have my air filter.
So what you should do is you should go down to your new downstairs neighbor, give him the good stuff so that it smells good, and then he'll be so pissed off when he gets the bad stuff. He won't smoke that stuff anymore. He'll go for the good stuff, and that'll bankrupt him, and then he'll have to leave the apartment. So then either way, you win.
I love that. I love it. I don't buy it anymore, though.
Well, you just buy it for him. That's all. Maybe you do one cigarette with him to kind of get him used to the idea, and then you never touch it again.
That would be hard for me. Like, buy it and then just give it to someone. I mean, I know I haven't done it in a while, but, you know, it's like someone who drinks alcohol. It's like, they can't just buy it to someone else, you know? Tough. It's tough. I just don't want it around. But I sent you guys invitations to the game, but I don't think that Fox is in yet, is he?
Nope.
I've not seen him online.
Probably work might got him a little.
Oh, I'm about to die anyway, so this is perfect timing.
What game are you playing?
Pac-Man. That's what I usually play while I'm
nice.
for you guys.
Nice. You're pretty good at that game from what I've seen in the
Oh,
past.
no, nowhere near, but I appreciate the thought.
Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom. I'm gonna put the mic on mute for a sec. But I sent you invites, so I'll see you in a minute.
Oh, God, nope, that almost made it. It wasn't quite there. Oh, well. Alright. Changing game.
Oh, look at all these blood and guts. Frozen guts. Siren, I swear to God. Don't eat that.
The cat can tell when you're about to be busy.
I don't know what it is, but she likes to have the cord that connects my headset to my controller in her mouth.
Well, you know, the secret to that is you go wireless.
I guess that's... for some reason, my last headset had the wireless capability, but it would never function properly for me. I always had to have the headset connected to the controller for it to work. Even though it said it was wireless, it just never functioned. I would be able to hear other people, but it would never, like, the mic just... I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't work. I could never figure it out. And the cord doesn't really bother me, just... I don't know why she just likes to try and eat it.
Yeah, the cat's gonna eat it is all. It's just the only reason to get rid of that distraction.
It's okay. I just tell her, stop eating it, and then she does.